Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with Wild Matt and Curbs.
And Steiner.
Again,
Yo, welcome to your source for everything gaming. It's weekly. I don't know if you knew that. It's called Fresh Air is Overrated. Oh, that's what the intro just said. Alright, it's episode number 247. It doesn't tell you that. The screen does tell you that I am Matt, your host / producer. And if you're listening to us, then I just let you know that. So here's something else that intro didn't tell you. It's Thursday. We're here every Thursday on megascorcher.com and wherever else we're live on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and we're on Mega Scorcher TV on those channels. And megascorcher.com will also get you all the VODs and the MP3s for Fresh Air is Overrated. And it'll get you an exclusive RSS feed for the 360 video if you don't like getting full HD video on your phone and you don't need to waste more space on your data cap if you have one. And I'm not talking about your mobile phones. I'm talking about even at home. Some people have data caps at home. That's terrible. I guess I pay $5 a buck more for unlimited, but $5 isn't anything, right? $5 is totally fine. But anyways, hey, and if you're into podcasts, you can all go check us out on Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, and wherever else podcasts are available. We are there as a video and audio podcast. Let's just go to the new releases because I really haven't played anything this week, to be honest. So, new releases this week, there's Cuphead. Sorry, that music was loud. I do that every time. I don't realize it. Anyways, Cuphead, that game looks pretty amazing. It's out on Steam right now and Xbox One. That looks like a good... I wonder how much it is on Steam. Let me check that out right now because I have no idea how expensive that game is. It's $20 American, so Canadian, if it's a little bit, maybe it's 30. A Canadian, $22. So they're not... Steam is alright with the Canadian conversion and all that. And you can always call us at any time, too, if you want to. It's Mega Scorcher TV on Skype. So be aware of that if you want to at any time. Or you can talk on any chat room that we are currently live on as well. Alright, so that's a pretty good deal. $20 for Cuphead. It's a full game. Pretty hard by the looks of it. I love the look of that game, though. Jesus. Alright, FIFA 2018, or 18, I guess is what EA calls all their sports games. Just two numbers, 18. PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Nintendo Switch, so pretty much out on everything. The SNES Classic is out. Cuphead 2 is out tomorrow, by the way. Star Fox 2 is out on that thing, though, the SNES Classic, for the very first time. There's beta versions and stuff that people compiled and made it almost 100%, I guess is what the current ROMs out there are. But now this one will be the full release that was intended to come out that never did. Because it was pretty old by the time Star Fox 2 was done. They were like, oh, the N64 is coming out. I guess we're not going to release this because the PS1's out right now. And this would look pretty ridiculous beside the PS1. I think that's what it was, right? The PS1 came out significantly earlier than the Nintendo 64, if I remember correctly. I could be totally wrong. I'm not even going to Wikipedia it because it's not worth it. Flower came out on the iOS, interestingly enough. I guess that game company is releasing all their games on iOS now because of that. Their latest game that's not out yet is going to be coming out on iOS exclusively. That's pretty weird, but whatever. Hey, Flower is a cool game. You should. I guess that's a cool game to play with a phone. You don't really do anything except direct stuff. Anyways, it's a cool game. You should check it out. Puzzle Fighter is out on iOS and Android, apparently only in Canada so far, which happens a lot with iOS games, but I wasn't aware that was an Android thing. The Android, if I had to guess, on Android it's out everywhere, and on iOS it's only in Canada. I have no idea how it works on Android, but Puzzle Fighter, if you want to go check it out. That looks pretty good. Gameplay wise, it looks like Puzzle Fighter. Arcade Archives, Mario Bros is already out. Hey, they were talking about it. I guess you don't really need to do that much work to it. They even offhanded all the work to Hamster, which has done a good job with all the arcade releases they've released so far. So why not? It's out on the Switch. Obviously it's going to be there. To me, it's so cool that they put it in that series with all the other arcade games. It's not like anything like, whoa, we're Nintendo, we're releasing this. It's just like, no, like these guys have been doing the arcade stuff for a long time. We'll just partner with those guys, and it's in the same series. You just need a Switch. But the Switch has a lot of fucking old arcade games on it now too. Anyways, Pinball FX 3 came out this week on PC, PS4, and Xbox One if you're into pinball games. Gundam Versus, I have no idea. I'm just saying that it released this week for the PS4. A Picross S for the Switch came out this week. A lot of like re-releases on the Switch this week that I'm not really going to call out, but if you have a Switch, there's some alright stuff if you've never played it. And Voltron VR Chronicles for the PlayStation VR. I have no idea. I didn't even Google this. I should have gotten footage so we could have all basked in the glory of whatever the hell this game is. I'm gonna Google it right now. Oh yeah, and it's a DreamWorks game because it's the movie is a DreamWorks movie, I suppose. All right. It looks like Voltron. Yep. You're pushing buttons. You're in space. There's dudes talking different colors. Yep. There's a flying lion. It's probably. Oh no, that one's huge. Okay. Yeah. All right then. There you go, Voltron. It looked like Voltron, that's for sure. I like how we got into the point where I feel like the anime video games look sometimes significantly better than the actual anime that they're based on. Some people might disagree with me because it's like, oh, it's so hand-drawn and it's so pretty. But anime is CGI mostly nowadays, depending on who's making it. Some people still like to do the hand-drawn stuff, which is pretty brutal. Anyways, hey, the voice actor strike with some video game companies might end because what's the voice actors guild? Is that what it's called? What's the full name of it? Because it's SAG is what you would shorten it to, but I don't really know. Screen Actors Guild, and then there's like an off branch for voice actors or something. Anyways, so this strike began 11 months ago, October 2016, not in the future. So they stopped working with some company. There was 11 of them, but like Activision, EA, Warner Brothers were the biggest among them. And this is the longest one in SAG history too. So they reached a deal Saturday morning, and the terms that they agreed to are as follows here. Sorry. A new bonus structure that provides an additional payment to performers. This payment, which must be delivered no later than the game's release date, is calculated by the number of recording sessions an actor worked on a title. It starts with a $75 payment for the first session and runs up to $2,100 after 10 sessions. So I guess you want to get people in and not really have to re-record stuff unless, they're your main dudes. The union also sought a back-end payment program that sought to give performers an additional full-scale payment for every 500,000 new units sold, for a maximum of 4 secondary payments if a game sells 2 million copies, but that is not happening, it seems. I don't know how I feel about royalties for voice actors. If a game does really well and he got paid really shitty, like that, the perfect example, or the one that everybody also brings up, is oh man, I didn't. Hey, it's news of the week. So I don't know. I totally lost track because I changed everything now. Anyways, whatever. They'll work with Activision again, because I guess Activision didn't pay very well and we're dicks. Oh, but yeah, the GTA 5 voice actor He's the perfect example of that. He didn't even know what game he was working on. He didn't get paid super amazing or anything. You know? Hey, I'm Nico. I can't do voices. That just sounded like me maybe trying to do Rocky. Anyways, Fortnite has a Battle Royale mode now, and it is free. It's free. You can just go play it right now for free. Apparently, Fortnite is going to be free to play at one point, but it's not yet. You still have to pay for everything else in the game, except for the Battle Royale mode, which is interesting, because PUBG is a pretty popular game right now, and it's pretty much just Battle Royale, the game, right? I was drinking water, and I choked on the water there. That's some good stuff. Anyways, Bluehole, PUBG, the developer, they're not very happy. They sent out a press release that pretty much said, like, we're going after them legally because they're doing this game mode. And it's pretty much not that. They clarified it. I forget who it was, but some dude that works at Bluehole, probably one of their reps or whatever the hell he is. Maybe you could have been, well, I don't know what the anyways. So he said that no, is because that they're Epic Games and we partner with them for the engine, and I think they pay the license per unit, so it's sold or something like that too. So I bet that I have no idea how all of those things are structured, but I think that's how it works. So if you sell more games, you pay more money to Epic, and Epic works on Fortnite. It's a weird situation because Epic also publishes. Epic is all over the place in terms of video games. The PUBG is a perfect example. It runs on the Epic engine, or the Unreal Engine, which is by Epic. Gosh, I don't know how to talk today. I am kind of tired, to be honest. But I don't know how I feel about all of this. It's weird, but this is a special case because it is. They are actually connected, both of them, and PUBG is doing super amazing. There was a case with what's that game called? They worked on the X-Men games before. They were based in Canada. I think they were maybe in St. Catharines, Ontario. What the hell's their name? They were like right there on the border. They probably lived in the U.S. and worked in Canada. Too Human. That's what it's called. I had Human and some Destroy All Humans is what the other game I had in my brain. But anyways, Too Human also sued Epic, and they lost very badly. But their game wasn't doing too good. But they claimed that Epic just did not support the engine well enough, and they were too busy working on Gears of War and doing other stuff. So this is kind of a similar thing, right? But PUBG is doing super amazingly well, and if they're going to sue, it's really only going to be for one reason, that they're so closely tied, and now they're trying to divert some of that money to just be directly to them through this Battle Royale mode, I guess, which is free, and it's on Fortnite, which technically isn't free right now. It's they also advertise PUBG in the press stuff, that even in the game they had like a PUBG mention. So it's a weird situation. I don't know how I feel about all of it, but Bluehole definitely does have some kind of claim compared to some other stuff in video games that I've heard. Like, it's not outright like, whoa, this is outrageous. Like, because there's other Battle Royale games being developed right now, and some are out right now too, right? King of Guns, or King, is that what it's called? I forget what it's called. I think that's the one that's on Arma. Is it Arma, or is it whatever the hell everything is anymore? I'm pretty sure PUBG started as a Battle Royale or an Arma mod, right? Or whatever the hell it was. Anyways, so Agents of Mayhem didn't do so great. But I don't know if this is really related to the game not doing so great, but they have laid off 30 people or over 30 people at Volition. So I don't. That seems pretty normal with most games. We'll see what Volition does after this. Ages of Mayhem doesn't seem that great, and it seems so similar to what you would call a Saints Row game, right? That if the next game is a Saints Row game, what else would he be working on? That's pretty much Volition, right? It's Saints Row. I don't know what they would do. I love 3, and was the next one called 4 or whatever the hell the next one was called? That one was alright too. But 3 was amazing though. I love 3. It was so good. I don't know, the humor at the time, just everything seemed to land. I don't know if that's the case anymore, to be honest. So I don't know what to say. I didn't play Agents of Mayhem, but even just looking at it, and a lot of people thought it was multiplayer. I always kind of like they put that out that it was just single player. So I don't know why everybody really thought that, but it did seem like it would be fun to play with multiple people, which you could already do in Saints Row, right? Or could you? Did Saints Row have multiplayer? Now I'm forgetting. Did it? Because I remember with 3, I really loved the single player. Anyways, Atari Box. We're going to move on to that thing. They leaked some details. It's not really, it's loose details at the best. It will be powered by a custom AMD processor with a Radeon graphics technology. That's interesting. It's not, an Android box that, Raspberry Pi or something. It's an actual AMD processor in there with Radeon graphics. That's pretty cool. It will run on Linux. That's the kind of expected that you don't pay any licensing through Linux. It will support a customized and easy to use user interface. It will be a full PC experience, so you can use it to stream content and listen to music and blah blah blah. Woo, cool. It's preloaded with tons of retro games as well, and new ones as well. And it will be priced between $250 to $300, and will be shipping late spring 2018. And the pricing actually depends on which one you get. If you get the wood one, it actually costs more because it's actual wood. Ooh, you're paying that price there. I think they said what the wood was, but they didn't really say it in this press conference, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the first things they said. It was like, it's going to be like some Canadian maple. Yeah. That Canadian maple. Oh, is that Canadian maple on that Atari Classic? Oh, hell yeah, it is. I honestly don't know what it is, to be honest. All right, Left Alive is a third person. Okay, we talked about this last week. Initially, at TGS, they showed that trailer that didn't really show off anything except the environment, which looked cool. It looked nice. And the graphics made by the dude that does the Metal Gear graphics, or did, rather, the Metal Gear graphics. This actually seems more interesting to me, because at first this was from the developer of what are the robot games out of Japan? Armored Core. I figured that one out. So they also work on something called Front Mission. I guess it's also kind of similar, but I'm just gonna YouTube or Google this, whatever the hell. The internet. Is this robots? Is Front Mission also robots? Seems like it, but it's like an it is like an RTS thing, right? It's an overhead thing. That doesn't seem as exciting as Armored Core. But this is a shooter. This is a survival action shooter for the PS4 and PC, due out in 2018, so next year. Left Alive has 3 protagonists, one of which is a woman. I think they said the names, but I didn't really take down too much information. And you'll switch between them as the game progresses. And we showed the artwork of them. I'm pretty sure they have names, but whatever. It's not too important if you want to play it or not. I'm kind of interested to see what it actually looks like. But the trailer they have right now doesn't really show too much, except the characters and scenery and stuff. Steam Forged Games launched a Kickstarter campaign for Resident Evil 2, the board game, this week, which is kind of funny because if you think about it, they could have just named it Resident Evil, the board game, right? It probably would have done just as good. But no, this is based on the second game, brah. Leon's in there. And what's the other characters' names? I totally forget. It's been a really long time since I played Resident Evil 2. Oh, man. But hey, they were asking for £150,000, and I checked it. I checked it earlier. I guess it was like 5 hours ago I checked it, and it was at 420,000 pounds. Let's see what it's actually at right now. 422,000 pounds. Dang, girl. For that Resident Evil 2. Oh man, now I'm totally forgetting. Oh, what's the girl's name? That game came with 2 discs. So you could then that's how you picked characters, is you put in the specific disc. Isn't that fucking crazy? So much of those assets must have just been copied, right? But I guess the voiceover is this thing that probably took up the most information, to be honest, on that disc. I guess there was some cutscenes, but most of the stuff was in engine, the cutscenes. I don't think they actually had any. Anyways, there was rendered cutscenes. In that game, I remember. They kind of tried to make it look like the game, but you could still tell because compression back then is pretty terrible. All right. So we got our first video here for today. South Park has gone gold. So that means that's done. It's going to be out October 17th officially. So we're just going to watch this then.
Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Do not cry, little fish. I have returned and with help. Oh, thank you, Seaman. You really think you can help my mom get to heaven? It's Seaman, and yes, I do. This child has incredible powers. All right, if you get my mom into heaven, I will give you $3 million and some jewelry. Just touch my little gay flipper, and we shall be magically transported to help her.
Touching the gay fish's flipper, Seaman and his sidekick are transported to Valhalla, where another fish rides a unicorn.
I'm here, Mama. Is that you, baby? It's me. We're gonna get you to heaven, Mama. Just hold on. This kid's gonna help us. Okay, baby. Whatever you say, you little gay fish. We should put this whole event on a gold disc and send it into space so that aliens can see it. I made it! Thanks for your help, baby! I love you, Mama. I'll see you soon, baby. Yep, I'll see you soon, Mom. Wait, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
So that game looks pretty alright. That's all I have to say about it. It's out so soon that people will know what to expect. It's a South Park RPG, right? Kind of like the first game, but now they're superheroes. Or, yeah, superheroes. Because, yeah. What's his name? Kenny is Mysterion. I'm just Batman. I don't understand. Except he dies and comes back alive. That's his power. He just never dies because he's Kenny. Injustice 2. Talk about superheroes. That's totally a coincidence that I just connected those two in somewhat of a segue, as what some people would call it, or a transition as well. Update 109 is out now for PS4 and Xbox One, and it pretty much just prepares the game for Raiden. So when you download him or buy him, you might not have to download much. He's probably just already there. And that's for compatibility issues. So if you don't buy him and you meet somebody that plays him online, you still have him. You just can't play as him, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Back in the day, when you went into something like Unreal Tournament, where you didn't have the map, before you went into the game, it would have to download the game. So if you didn't have broadband back in the day, it was like 256 kilobits or something, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, kilobytes. No, kilobits. Yeah, kilobits. Is better than dial-up, right? But still, man, think about that. It was a broadband for a little bit there. Broadband. All right. I made the jump from dial-up to cable. and it was like, oh my god, these speeds are amazing. I didn't stay on dial-up for that long, to be honest. Cable was an option by the time I had dial-up in my place. All right, Lawbreakers is free on PC this weekend. So if you want to play the game that's played by maybe 30 people right now, it's free this weekend. So you can go check it out, and then maybe that'll entice you to play it, or buy it, I should say. You can play it. It's free. I mean, that should entice you, right? But how much does that cost? It's 25% off right now. It's $22. I mean, the game looks all right. It's just there's so many games that are shooters right now, right? That people are playing. I don't know what to say about it. Something cool that Xbox One is doing right now for insiders, if you're at the alpha ring, which means that you will get shit that's maybe broken absolutely, and then you can deal with that and have some fun. Right now you can test out, though, USB webcams to stream your gameplay and your face onto Mixer. I would assume Xbox One also has Twitter and YouTube support, or Twitch and YouTube support. I would imagine, right? They have to. I don't see a system really. Well, Xbox, Mixer is Microsoft, so I don't know. Anyways, that's cool. Something about it, though, that's kind of shitty is even if your webcam does have a microphone on it, it will not support it. So if you do want to do the webcam thing and the mic thing on it and just record the whole room, you're still going to have to buy a Connect for that, which kind of blows. But if you just want to do a headset, you can totally do that. That'll still be working, be fine. Just get a headset. And then if you have a buddy along, I hope you could turn on your controller and just talk into another headset, right? And plug in another headset into another controller. That'd be nice. All right, Red Dead Redemption 2, we got another trailer for it. Funny enough, it's trailer number 2. That's what it's called, because it's just the second trailer for the game. So let me just get it ready here for everybody. All right. This is the first time I'm watching it along with everybody, so I have no idea what's going to happen. And maybe I'll full screen this one too. Cool. So that game looks alright. It looks like Red Dead. What can I say? I'm not the biggest Red Dead dude. And now the news that's probably going to get me talking the most this week, to be honest. Because that's me and that's how I feel about what's coming up here. So Atlus this week sent a DMCA takedown notice to RPC S3. They are running a Patreon right now for their emulator that emulates PS3 games. But that's not really the point of emulators, right? Well, yeah, I guess it is for backup purposes and all that. You don't want to keep a PS3 forever, especially when you have a PS4. You don't want to drag that shit out. If you have a PC right there that just has an emulator on it, that'd be nice. Or maybe they can just get these guys to work on an emulator that will run on the PS4. I doubt it though. The PS4, well, the Pro. It would have to be a Pro, right? Or a PS5, whatever the hell the next thing's going to be. But anyway, so this emulator pretty much runs Persona 5, which is why Atlus is all getting up in arms here. But the weird thing is, you can go check out their website, RPCS3. I don't know why it's R. It should just be P. But then it would be PPCS3. Sure, whatever. RPCS3. Whatever. That's all good. Rename your emulator, damn it. I don't like the name. So we've been to court a bazillion times over emulators. Some have actually lost because they were retail, but then like Bleem, I'm pretty sure Sony got them to not sell it. But Patreon is weird because you're not really selling it, I guess. It's like you're supporting it, and like, I wonder how much money they're getting, because if it, it's weird though, right? Because Atlus isn't Sony. If anybody is, and if anybody should be worried and should be getting up in arms and suing, it is Sony, right? But this guy's getting, it has 692 Patreons, and he's getting $3,208 a month. You know, that's not a crazy amount. You could live off of it, right? A month. That's a good hefty amount. And all you have to do is work on the PS3 emulator, and it for the emulator runs a lot of games pretty nicely. Street Fighter Turbo HD Remix, whatever the hell the name was. It was so long. That game runs goddamn smooth on it, and I don't know if it's released on other things. I know it's on the Switch, but I don't know if that game's on the PS4. You could probably play it backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, which is nice. That'd be a nice thing to do, and having online on that would be nice too. But yeah, it ran super smooth. Somebody was playing Fight Night Round 3. Is that the one that's on the PS3? That one looks good, except some of the people in the crowd were glitching out. I don't know what was happening, like the textures weren't loading properly or something. It worked, but the in-ring action looked great, and it was running smooth. What else did I check out? But there's a lot of games that actually run super great, and that's amazing that people are working on emulators that work this fast on systems that people considered pretty hard to emulate and do stuff, right? Especially the fucking PS3. Especially the PS3. The Xbox 360 is kind of a PC already, right? So the PS3 is really like the last system to be like super hard, right? Like even the Saturn has a lot of weird stuff that people don't even really know how to emulate today, and even cracking it fully. Like how long did we talk about that? It wasn't that long ago that dude cracked the Saturn encryption, and now you can just load everything off of a USB stick instead of the disc. Because that's the thing about Saturns now, is it's so old that the laser reader just doesn't work anymore. And what are you going to do? Replace it? There's no replacement parts, so you have to figure out the encryption in it, and that nobody knew that. Like up to now, like it's crazy, like how long some of this stuff has taken with those consoles. But with the PS3, it's just like so much of it was cracked so much early, right? You could install emulators on the PS3. I did that so early in the PS3's life, and the PSP. The PSP was cracked the day it came out. The only thing you had to do was have two folders. And then it would be fooled. It was like, okay, this is just fine. There's nothing in this folder, and then it launches another folder. I guess the PSP couldn't read percentage signs for some reason. It's just like, okay, this one that you directed me to is empty, and therefore I'll just sign it. Sure, there's nothing in here, and then it actually launches the one without the percentage sign, which actually does have the stuff you want to run. That was awesome, man. Even that made the GTA games on the PSP way more fun, because there was like a cheat tool or whatever the hell it was called, and you could like make the cars be like riding on the fucking buildings and shit. That game was amazing with those cheats on. Man, what a time. What a time to be alive with video games. Some people might call it the best time. So I think that'll do it this week. I thank everybody for tuning in. I don't know why my Skype is so quiet this week. Or Skype, my Winamp. You probably didn't even hear the news of the week music and new releases and all that. It's so goddamn quiet. I mean, where's that damn volume mixer? Where's that damn volume mixer at? Get him over here! Get him over here! Okay, it's right there. There you go. There you go, that works. So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching live, Sprawl and Brawl is a show where we talk about MMA. It's coming up live next. If not, thanks for tuning in. We are here every Thursday. Check us out on megasearcher.com. We are also live on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch. Go check out our channels, Mega Scorcher TV. Got a bunch of videos on pretty much all the channels, I think. Maybe not Mixer. I'm not sure how the Mixer is right now with the videos. Alright, anyways, that'll do it. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Apple Podcasts and other podcast apps, and that'll do it. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.